A leading AI software tool called Writer.com, a friend of Marketing AI Institute, we've talked about several times. They actually just released a large language model designed specifically for use in healthcare. And that model is called Palmyra-Med. And Writer says it has outperformed both GPT-4 and medically trained human test takers on PubMedQA, which is a leading benchmark for biomedical question answering. So, unlike a generic model like GPT-4, which knows a little bit about a lot of things and as such can be used for this wide variety of different tasks, Palmyra-Med is specifically trained on publicly available sets of medical data. So generic LLMs are impressive and have a lot of different use cases, but the issue is they're of pretty limited utility in domains like healthcare, which requires extreme accuracy and domain-specific knowledge. Now, Palmyra-Med aims to solve this need. And by doing so, Writer clearly hopes to make generative AI much more accessible to healthcare organizations. We've kind of seen firsthand adoption in healthcare organizations of LLMs has been pretty limited to date, given how much they have a need for specific medical accuracy from these tools, and they have all these really robust security and compliance concerns that many AI systems and products out there are unable to address. Now, Paul, the reason I mention this is because even if our listeners aren't in healthcare, this seems significant. We're starting to see these leading AI companies start tailoring really powerful generic LLMs to specific areas of domain expertise. Do you see that as a trend that's kind of starting to take off here?
Definitely one of the hypotheses we've talked about is this verticalization of LLMs makes a ton of sense, that you could have legal GPT, healthcare GPT, um, manufacturing, energy, like that you would eventually start building into the verticals. And then it's just faster to value for the companies in those spaces. So I think it makes a ton of sense. And we're probably going to see a lot more of this approach. Plus, I think it's these organizations, especially in healthcare, they have so many other considerations beyond how the large language model works and what it's capable of. They have to deal with regulations, privacy, compliance, all of these things. So even if you go to like the page from Writer, it says, we're deeply focused on secure enterprise grade AI platform. We don't store, share, or use your data in the model training, and we're compliant with SOC 2, Type 2, GDPR, HIPAA, and PCI. Like you're talking their language.
Hmm.
So like we've talked with healthcare companies. We know that in the back of their mind, even if they're in marketing, they're thinking about the regulations, compliance issues that they're going to have to move any of this forward. So the fact that you can talk to a company that obviously understands the complexity of your industry and appears to have built something that's tailored to you, I could see this being a really valuable messaging play in their marketing and writers marketing to be able to talk at this level to people in the healthcare space. Whereas, chat GPT, they're not going to touch it,
Hmm.
like in terms of scale, because they don't know what's going to happen with the data. And, they're going to have all kinds of issues with security and compliance. So yeah, I mean, I think this is smart, and I could definitely see a lot more of this as these models try and find niches within different verticals. Um, so yeah, for Writer, it makes a lot of sense.
So we know that a lot of these enterprise businesses with, concerns around accuracy, privacy, data security, they're getting tasked to essentially figure out AI by the board, CEO, leadership team. Is a good first step looking for kind of a domain specific LLM like this one?
It could be. I just don't know how many are out there yet. I
Mm.
think for more organizations, it's going to be fine tuning models, whether they're open sourced or proprietary models that they can fine tune on their data and keep everything secure and accurate. It seems like there's more options to go that direction than there are to go vertical. So if
Mm.
you're, a law firm or whatever, I don't know that anybody's really built those verticalized models yet. They're going to probably come, but right now it seems like so much energy and resources and honestly compute power is going to building these horizontal models that can just be used for general tasks. So I think, to train these kind of vertical solutions is again a logical play. I don't think it's very widespread right now.